Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Here today we're going to talk about the Ginyu Force Sizzling Summer Bootcamp event. I hope you guys enjoy. Of course, hit that subscribe if you are new for more content. And what we're going to talk about in this video, just to give you guys a brief rundown, is we're going to talk about some of the totals that you need of skip tickets or things of that nature to go ahead and grind every character. Going to give you guys some best practices as well and tips for the event to make it as easy on you as possible. So if the information is helpful for you, I'd appreciate it if you guys left that thumbs up. It means a lot to me. And let's go ahead and get into it. So the Ginyu Force Sizzling Summer Bootcamp event is here. So this event has 10 stages in total. So it has actually, well, I guess there's an EX battle one and then a challenge one at the very bottom, Anyways, so there is the regular stage and then the EX battle stage, right? So we do have that for Guldo, Birder, Raccoon, Jace, and Ginyu. So each one of these stages does have varying drops or varying costs on stamina, things of that nature that I'll talk about in a moment. So if you get all the way to the end, yes, I did mention it. You guys might see it in the game, right? At the very end, there is one stage that's not unlocked yet. All it is the challenge battle stage. So if you were hoping for something else, I guess, then I'm sorry, that's not what this is. This is just a challenge battle stage that, as you see, offers crystals and stuff like that. So moving on, though. For the record, I'm going to go ahead and point this out. I do recommend farming the EX battle stages per each character as opposed to farming the other stages. The reason why is because the EX battle stages actually cost 2 stamina, which means that you use 5 skip tickets in total instead of on the regular stage using 10 tickets in total, right? Because it costs 1 stamina. But of course, make do with what you have. Maybe you're in a position where you only need to run it once or something like that. Just, of course, you got to leverage it how you like to. And one thing I also did notice upon my runs in this is that the EX stages do seem to give 50 or so more medals. So what I want to talk about here is kind of, again, the totals for things that you need. So I actually did go ahead and tweet this out. If you guys would like to see it yourself, the link will be down below. But I said, and of course, unless my math is wrong, right, feel free to correct me if it is. By doing the Ginyu Force EX stages, you get an average of 250 medals. So the EX stages drop anywhere from 200 to 260, I believe, right? Well, I generally get, the minimum I generally get is 230 or so, but I also get close to 270, so I kind of just put it right in the middle at 250. So by getting 250 medals on average per stage, you are going to have some of these totals I'm going to talk about. So 7,000 medals are required per character to 3-star each, which is the maximum stars that you can get on these characters right now. Do keep in mind, this is me talking about the maximum scenario, right? Because if you just want to unlock the character, you only need 100 Z power as opposed to the full 700 available to you. As you see, Ginyu has 700 available at the top because I haven't even begun unlocking him yet. But if I just wanted to unlock him, I can just go for the 100 and then be able to do that and then pretty much just be done with it, right? If you want to just do that, that's fine. Now, other than that, 7,000 are required, so you need 28 stamina refills per character and 140 stamina refills in total. So that was the way that this broke down for me. I didn't also break down the skip ticket values, but of course, by doing the EX stages, you will save a lot of skip tickets. In 140 refills, you will, if you are assumingly going for the max everything, you will save, right? So that being said, that is it. And that's just really for the characters. Also, I want to point out there's equips in here and stuff like that and all this other stuff, right? For the record, though, the best way that I recommend handling this event, because we're kind of on the subject now, is at least getting the 100 for the characters, but also getting the skip tickets and resources that are at the bottom, the energy tickets, skip tickets, because this will obviously help you out with your, as far as your grind is concerned for these characters. But again, it's quite tedious if you want to unlock every single character to their absolute maximum. And again, as a YouTuber, that's generally what I like to do because it helps me out. See, like, I'm not even done with this chase, but I can go ahead and get him up to about 2 stars here at this point. So that's what you would have to go ahead and do. Now, I do want to go ahead and from here, as soon as this finishes connecting on my side, and show you guys some of the things that you would like to know as far as the teams are concerned. Also, do keep in mind that as you do grind these characters, level them up, things of that nature, unlock the characters, you do get actual rewards in missions as well for that. There are various missions from crystals to more coins and things of that, or whatever the exchange thing is, collect items, the items, I guess, right? So there are various things you guys will get. So the way this event breaks down is it breaks down in a way where you pretty much need to unlock the character as you go. The only caveat to that is Guldo's stage. And the reason why is because, well, at this point, you haven't had a chance to unlock anything. So the Guldo stage requires It requires an EX character for deployment, so you have to deploy one EX character onto this stage. Keep that in mind. But other than that, the requirements are very, very simple. So when it comes down to these stages, one thing that I will kind of preach is the ability to run a mono team. So like as you see at the bottom, I pretty much have a mono team. I did leverage it a little bit for various reasons I'll talk about in a moment, but you can go ahead and for this stage, create a full-on purple team. And if you're having difficulty with it, I'm sorry if you don't like investing in EXs, choose a better one like, I don't know, EX Mai or EX 18 or something like that as far as purple ones are concerned, EX Videl, and invest in them and get them as highly leveled as you think is necessary, 2,000, 3,000, whatever you like, and then put a purple bench around them, and they'll be just fine on the stage dealing with this character with his weakness, right? But I do want to point out that that is specific to this stage. Now, after this stage, they then from there do require on the EX battle stage the character themselves. So clear with only one Guldo character is a mission requirement for the Birder stage, right? And you do have to deploy one EX character as well. But do keep in mind that the character they want you to use is a battle bonus character. So up to this point, right, you basically would have needed to have ran the EX battle Guldo stage at least the bare minimum of times, which again, if you factor in that you need, we go over to the shop here, you need 100 per 10 pretty much, right? Wait, no, hold on, that's the wrong number. You need 10. You need 10 per 1Z power. Whoops, I read that wrong. I think I was looking at Ginyu? Whatever, anyways. You need 100 per 10, right? So if we come over here and we take a look at the 100 requirement, which again is the minimum, you need 1,000, right? So on average, that's 4 refills versus EX battle stages. Assuming that you get 250 minimum per run. You could be a little quicker, I don't know. But if you do that, you should be fine. But you do also have to take breaks in between the process to actually level the characters, right? Because you do have to level the character itself. Like you need to, you get this Guldo, for the Birder stage, and you do need to actually level him up. Because you're not going to be able to beat this stage very easily. And also, Guldo is the battle bonus character, but he also isn't even the advantageous character. But do keep in mind one thing, and one thing that's very important is you can break these down in different areas, right? Because, for example, let's say clear without Rising Rush. You can come into here with a full red team, like this one I actually have equipped currently, pretty much, right? It's pretty much red, and be just fine. You could come in with this exact team, beat this, and then beat it without a rush, for example, and then come back and clear as many as you can in the first run, and then come back and do it with just Guldo and use your rush or things of that nature in that run to break these down into different chunks and then ultimately have them all complete. There were times where I had to do that myself because it's a little bit easier to manage it that way. In fact, as you see, my Jace is fully leveled, but if we go all the way to the final stage versus Captain Ginyu, it wants you to use a Jace as well. So I beat this stage with this exact team, in fact, on this stage, right? So ultimately, one thing in particular is, again, in between, they are going to keep on asking you. Rakum asks you for Birder. You need to have Birder as your character. He is also a battle bonus character. It should be pretty easy if your Birder is leveled up. We come over to the Jace. He asks you for Rakum. And then Ginyu asks you for Jace as well, like I just mentioned. Now, one thing that you can do if you're struggling with this is you can actually run the teams similar to what I'm doing. Now, I do want to give you guys a couple of different opportunities. So Nappa's on the team only because he grants bonus damage versus purples. As you guys know, Jace does have to take on Captain Ginyu, who is a purple unit, right? So since that's the case, that works there. Also, a little bit of avenue for you guys is using the red Nappa when you're up against, I believe it's Birder. Yeah, when you're up against Birder, you can use the red Nappa on your bench, and this one has to be green team. So you'd have to create a green team, right, for Birder because you have to bring Guldo. And then you can use red Nappa on your bench, and you'd be fine. You do bonus damage to yellow characters. So it makes it a little easier for you, despite the fact that, again, he's already a battle bonus character. But the way that that helps is it allows for you to beat the stage when the character is vastly underleveled. For example, my Jace is literally almost half of the level of the Captain Ginyu boss, and I was able to beat it. Albeit, I broke it down into chunks. For the Captain Ginyu fight, I actually wound up using my Birder, who is max level. I wound up using my 3-star max level Birder to beat it without the rush, and then I turned back in again and actually beat it with just Jace while also using the rush. Like I mentioned, there are times where you're going to have to do that, or it just be easier for you as far as your resources are concerned. Now, the biggest missed opportunity in this event in total is the fact that they did not add a stage that allowed for you to go ahead and farm all of the the Ginyu Force characters on one stage, even if it's a little bit less, like 150, right, instead of 250, that still it would be a better bang for your buck because you don't have to split your resources between a multitude of different events. So hopefully in the future, whenever they do add more stages to this, that becomes a thing, because I do want to point out that as this grind goes on, it is going to get more tedious because you require more Z power, which means you're going to require more coins, which means you're going to ultimately require more resources as far as skip tickets and energy tickets or whatever else you need to go ahead and level these characters up. See, these characters really also get good post 5-star, which is another missed opportunity. They could have made these characters like the Legends Limited ones and made them get their double boost, at 3-star. But they did not do that. So if you're going to get these characters to 5-star, which eventually they will have, right? They do have it in the data for them to have this, as every character does anyway. But they do have it, and eventually they will get these 5-star, and eventually it's going to be 7-star. Like, this grind is going to get really tedious. So if you would like to start stocking up some of your resources for now, that would also be a good idea. Because, again, right now, these are the numbers. These numbers should go up. I'm expecting them to go up. But also, I do want to point out that they could also have some of this stuff as far as, like, more energy tickets and stuff like that in the exchange shop. But again, if you just want to own the characters, you only need 100 Z power per character, which means you only need 100 medals, well, 1,000 medals, excuse me. And then also that means you pretty much just need to run each EX battle stage about 4 times, maybe a 5th time, but that's about it. As far as, no, hold on, I don't want to say 4 times total. I meant 4 refills. You got to refill. Like, also, okay, it's not 4 times. If I said that earlier, I meant refill, and then yeah, it's not 4 times total. Oh, because 4 times is 1 stamina bar. No, you need 4 stamina bars, if that makes sense. Because the numbers I'm giving you guys, I'll go ahead and show you, right, are predicated on, and I'm so low on resources now, it's not even funny. I had so many skip tickets and energy tickets, but like, see, it costs 5 here. Here's an example. I need to farm Ginyu anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'll either get between 230 to 270 or so, and this is what I'm talking about. You need 1,000 total, and there you go, 256, right? So keep that in mind. But ultimately, that's basically it. Anyways, if you guys would like to know a video, or if you guys would like to see, a video about these characters and how to farm these characters, how to farm the characters. That was this one. If you'd like to see a video breaking down the characters, oh man, that'll be down below. Anyways, hope this was helpful for you guys, and over the course of the next couple of days, I should finish this grind. It's very tedious for me, particularly because I play a lot of gacha and I don't have a lot of time for one specifically. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one.